Print, email, Facebook, Twitter. More budget 2018 election battle lines drawn. As parties present rival tax plans, both major political parties have laid out their pre-election budget plans, showing tax cuts are on the horizon no matter who wins government. Opposition leader Bill Shorten last night delivered Labour's economic blueprint should it win the next election, promising to almost double the coalition's tax break for lower and middle income earners. While tax cuts are at the centre of each party's economic vision, the proposals offer different benefits for different income earners over time. Labour estimates its working Australians tax refund would cost $5.8 billion over the next 4 years, while the coalition's package is set to cost $140 billion over the next decade. Labour has said it would support the first tranche of the government's tax plan, which would see low and middle income earners receive end-of-year rebates of up to $530 starting from next financial year. But it would introduce far more sweeping changes down the track, to flatten the tax system to address bracket creep. The opposition has outlined a plan to start its package from 2019-20, which will almost double tax benefits for those earning less than $125,000 a year. Mr. Shorten said it would give greater tax relief to 10 million Australians and would favour those who needed more help than those on higher wages. It would deliver rebates of up to $928 to those earning between $50,000 and $90,000, which almost doubles the coalition's commitment. If you are on $1 million, this government has reduced your taxes by $16,000, Mr. Shorten said. At the end of the day, you have got to make choices. It is in contrast to the coalition's plan, which some economists argue will serve greater tax benefits to high-income earners when changes kick in for that bracket from 2020 to 2024. Economists from the University of Canberra suggest indexing the family tax benefit, combined with forecast wage rises, would see better long-term outcomes for higher earners. But Federal Treasurer Scott Morrison and Prime Minister Malcolm Turnbull have today labelled Mr. Shorten's plan unbelievable. The coalition has questioned Labour's plan to fund the tax breaks, describing it as unrealistic. Mr. Shorten also promised to abandon the coalition's planned corporate tax cuts and to reverse cuts to universities and the TAFE system. A $2.8 billion injection to boost hospitals and reduce surgical waiting times was announced, as well as a bigger commitment to more aged care beds than the coalition. The opposition leader also promised to reverse the $84 million funding freeze to the ABC. Both parties were also bidding on bringing the budget back into balance by 2019-20, but it has boiled down to clashes over tax, with Labour and the coalition criticising one another over their respective tax plans. Multi-billion-dollar plan to boost universities. Deputy Labour leader Tanya Plibersek said Labour would invest $9 billion to meet university education demands. Labour has vowed to create extra university places over the next 12 years based on a demand-driven model. Ms. Plibersek said Labour would also conduct an extensive review into post-secondary school education if elected. It's a $9 billion cost over the next decade. It is a substantial investment in our university sector, Ms. Plibersek said. She said it would cost $140 million in the forward estimates period because of an expected increase in demand. Labour also proposed funding 100,000 TAFE places with no upfront fees to help reverse cuts and address looming skills shortages, especially in the disability and aged care sector. It would provide $470 million as part of the TAFE package, with promises to upgrade facilities. 1 in 10 jobs on Commonwealth priority projects would also be apprentices under Labour's proposal. Print, email, Facebook, Twitter. More